is the news at 6.
It's now been 2 weeks since an inmate escaped from the Payette County Jail, and he's still on the loose and still present on social media. Nicholas Grove has been talking with friends on social media, explaining he was scared when he climbed a chain link fence and scaled razor wire just to get out of jail.
But get this, his contacts recently shifted from close friends and family to a conversation with our Andrea Lutz. New at 6, Andrea is here with an inside look at his jail escape through social media.
Well, just remember this, Grove actually climbing over the jail and the fence at the Payette County Jail. This all happened on August 26th. But so while I've been covering this story, I made contact with Nick on Facebook just to see what would happen. It surprised me when he actually did respond with me last night. While he kept his location secret from me, he did offer up some other details about what he's been up to. For roughly an hour, I talked with escaped inmate Nick Grove through Facebook Messenger. Although he wouldn't reveal too much information, he did tell me days after he escaped from jail, he already had a new life. Saying to me, quote, "This is my element. Within 4 days, I had a new life, new ID, new face, new job." Grove says someone offered him work. "I have had more help from a total stranger that I met just a week ago than I have from my entire family or circle of friends." I asked him how he escaped and why. He said, "That place has more security flaws than any facility I've ever seen." And it would seem using Facebook would be risky for someone on the run. Grove said he was using technology to hide his location, operating from an anonymous web service.
It may appear that why can't they get this guy, but there are ways to block that.
Boise State criminal justice professor Lisa Groet-Bostaff says Facebook often asks users if they want to use their location when posting. It's a setting you can easily turn off.
It's not as easy as it sounds in terms of law enforcement being able to identify where that person is just because they're using social media.
And she says Facebook has no obligation to give law enforcement personal information without a warrant, meaning you can hide and be present on social media at the same time.
In the short term, it sounds like a great idea to put yourself out there on Facebook and make people or agencies appear as though they don't know what they're doing or that they're floundering or taunting them, and not realizing that in the long term, at some point in time, you will get caught. And at some point in time, when you do get caught, you've just laid out all this evidence.
Grove disclosed personal issues with me, trouble with a former girlfriend, feeling targeted by police, and ultimately saying he didn't believe they would go through the trouble of tracking him down for his burglary and firearm possession charges. He said, "They'll wait for me to pop up on the grid, but like I said, Nick Grove doesn't exist anymore." A very interesting conversation, as you can see, that I had with Nick Grove. Of course, if you know where he is, you are encouraged to call police, and encouraging him also to turn himself in, which was another element of that conversation.
I don't think I've seen anything like this.
I don't either.
Did you get any impression at all if he might be in the region?
You know, I mean, he wouldn't disclose to me his location whatsoever. He's very tactful about that. You know, he could be, he's from Ontario,
right.
So he could definitely be in that part of the region. I mean, who knows?
Boy, that is a mystery, and we'll see how that turns out for him. All right, thanks so much, Andrea.
Now, a developing story out of Twin Falls where a body was found near the Perrine Bridge this afternoon. A spokeswoman for the sheriff's office says the body